Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be setting up a couple of health sheets for tracking, and I've got this washi tape ready to go, as well as these wax paper sheets with stickers on them, and these pens which I plan to use, as well as the sticker books and sheets that I pulled from. Okay, so today we're going to be doing 2 pages. Both of these will be focused in on steps and like getting more steps daily, weekly, monthly. I looked up a couple of things that I thought were really helpful as far as reminding me how to get steps in different ways throughout the day, ways to kind of sneak them in. And then also I am going to be creating a monthly tracker for those steps, just so I can kind of see a better overall picture of how I'm doing throughout the month and ways to improve upon that if I see that one month was worse or better, and I can kind of see what factors might have contributed to that. So I kind of lettered in pencil the way I wanted the headers to look, and now I am just tracing out the highlighter I just did to color them in. Originally I was going to use a different pen to outline it, a thinner pen, but I wanted it to have a little bit bolder line, so I grabbed my Arteza fine liner. I think it's the Iconic fine liner pen. So I'm just going to trace these guys out so you can see them a little better. And yeah, so I really have a problem with getting a lot of steps throughout the day. I work from home and I'm at my computer a lot, especially because, you know, I'm either editing videos or freelancing, doing that work, or, you know, filming videos or planning. Just a lot of opportunities to be sitting down instead of standing up. I don't have one of those fancy desks or anything that allows you to stand while you're working, so I just got to figure out ways to get myself out of my chair more frequently. So I went online and looked up a few things, and that's what I'm going to include here. I included only the ones that I thought were practical and maybe something that I hadn't really thought of. Those are the ones that I included, so there's about 10 of them. And I'm setting them up with these little boxes that were originally for appointments. And those came out of the Planner Babe mini sticker book. I don't really have a mini planner, so I thought this would be a good way to use them up. And I'm trimming off the top that says appointment, as well as the bottom, which gives you like a little spot for date and time, and just using them from there. I just really wanted some extra color and some just visual interest on the page. However, I didn't want to use a colorful box, because those I like to use on my horizontal. I like the idea that these guys had lines so that I could write in the actual ideas here and kind of keep them neat and orderly. Just made a little adjustment there, and back to cutting and trimming these boxes. Again, back to what we'll be including here. I thought of about 10 ways that I thought were practical and useful for not just myself, but for others, especially because we're all going through this coronavirus isolation mode thing, at least in the US. I'm sure you guys, if you are watching and you're in Europe or even you know, another country, you might be having similar issues as far as not being able to really go out and be with people. So just trying to get your body moving while you're in the house is really important. And so I think it applies to this time right now, especially because we all are kind of stuck in our houses. So I'm adding in these little sneakers to, again, kind of drive home that whole steps idea. And I purposely did the top ones going one way and then the opposite way in the middle row, and then opposite again on the bottom row. just to kind of make a little visual snake through the page, and it helps kind of draw your eye around the page. Now I'm just going for something I want to add in there at the bottom just to make it a little bit cuter and, you know, just fun. And so I'm trying to see if I can see any long quotes that will work across the bottom, but there's nothing in there. Check my fitness book, see if there was anything, but I don't think there is. Try one more that I had in my stash. This is the accessory book, but nothing there. So I think there might be something I can use here in this washi tape book, so let me see. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll use that at the top and then kind of mirror it at the bottom with a little bit smaller quote that caught my eye. And I think this will work about developing habits. And okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead and start writing in some of those steps. So the first one I have is take the stairs. This is not that unusual one, but if you have an elevator or something in your place, taking the stairs might not be your natural inclination. Standing and moving hourly. So I have my little stand tracker on my iPhone. It notifies me, so just getting that going. Walking around the block is a great idea. Getting out of the house for a minute. Walking after dinner, kind of creating a habit of walking after dinner, helping you digest. Walking and talking or reading is a great way. You're talking on the phone, or if you're reading a book, walking around is good. Carrying bags in one by one if you go to the grocery store, another tip. Doing a 5-minute cleanup before bed. I really like that idea, especially now that we're all in the house and things get cluttery. Taking steps while standing. I thought that was good, like if you're standing brushing your teeth or standing in line somewhere, walking it out. Parking far away, that's a common one. And then filling up my water bottle regularly, taking that time, kind of correlating, moving and filling up at the same time. I'm just going to add a few little extras here at the top just to kind of finish it off, and then maybe add a little bit more, I don't know, something to the middle section once I get this washi tape stick down and centered. I'm going to go ahead and just trim it because I was having a hard time centering it with my fingers. And yeah, I just felt like it needed a little bit of extra here, so I'm going to add some color, underlining the numbers, and then maybe some arrows. And then I didn't end up really liking that, so maybe something like adding a little vibrancy to it, a little bit of action, making them look maybe like they're shaking or moving. So I thought about doing that with the corners, and I kind of liked how that looked. It gave it a little bit more, I don't know, excitement to the page. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just outlining these numbers will help make them stand out a little more. And I think that will do it there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, onto the back. So I have my little guidelines there for helping me get more steps, and now it's time to actually track those steps. So first thing I did was erase as many of the pencil lines as I could that were going to possibly be behind the highlighter because I don't want them to show. I still have a faint line that I'm following there, but I erased enough so that hopefully it won't be like in your face that you'll see the pencil marks once I do my erasing. That's one thing I found, that if you do use highlighters or any pen over pencil that isn't completely opaque, you will see them through it. So I'm trying to be mindful of that when I actually color in something. And I'm just following the mark, like I said. I like this kind of lettering. Freehanding things sometimes is a little rough for me. I get tired. I don't know if anybody else does, but I get tired of writing with my hand. I don't know if it's just because I'm so out of practice now that we have computers and nobody writes long letters or anything anymore, but it does wear out my hand a lot faster, so then I kind of get lazy and the lines don't go the way I want them to. But, you know, I think the idea is really cute and I keep trying it, so maybe with practice my hand will build up a little bit more endurance. So I've set up the header there at the top, and I'm going to include a monthly goal that I'm shooting for each month. So that's what that orangish color goal box is for. And that'll be what I'm shooting for. I have been really bad with my steps this year, starting out. I recently did another video that shows my daily averages and my monthly stats for multiple things, not just steps. Steps are one thing that I really just struggle to do well in, to get done each day, each week, each month. So I really thought it was important for me to create another tracker focused particularly on steps. And I just want to see if I can make some improvements this year on my actual step habits and build those numbers up. I used to be a lot better at it, especially when I was running and walking more regularly. Now I only run or walk, well, I walk like once a week, if that, and then running, I'm trying to get that going again to help both my health and also my step count. So hoping that those numbers will start getting better over time, but wanted to track it, wanted to see an overall view of how it will look month to month and just kind of follow my progress. So right now, the way I'm setting it up, I am staggering the boxes. My idea is to actually draw a line that will snake through, so it'll go through the entire year and kind of follow, your eye will kind of follow through. I set it up and was worried about the spacing, so I didn't start thinking about where the months would be placed until after. So you're going to see me do a little month shuffle. The labels will change so that I can do what I want to do. But I'm just setting this up so that I can add each month below, which those months are coming off of an extra sheet from an extension pack I had, which was a dashboard extension. And I think those months are usually used on the tabs, so you can label your monthly tabs in the undated extension, but I'm going to use them here just to label these boxes. Also too, those boxes were originally for meal prep. I grabbed those out of the Planner Babe sticker book, the full-size one, and then I've added that walk black circle sticker on top of the little icon that they had there that was about meal prepping, either like a little crock pot or something. So covered it up and repurposed it because I don't really use those stickers in my planner. I thought it was a good repurposing. And here's where I start adding in the line that I wanted to do, and then realize I have to adjust those labels so that I can do a snaking motion. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them. Do that real quick. And I really wanted to do this for a while. I'm just now finding the time with all of this at-homeness that I have with the coronavirus. So I'm really happy that I was able to fit this in and get this done because it's been on my laundry list to do for a while, like I said. Okay, and I realized that I should probably add in the year so that if I want to add more trackers in the future years, I can just add them on and I'll know which is which. So I went ahead and added that in, and then Now I'm just looking for that little walker sticker. Same one that I used on the front. And then maybe a pair of shoes there like I just added. Definitely feel like I want tracker to be a bit more bold, so I think I might trace that out in a bit. But here I'm putting in my monthly goal. The one that I have shown there for January is 31 because I usually want to hit at least 10K as far as steps each day. So I'm putting 300K plus because most months have at least 30 days, if not 31. So I figured that was a good middle ground. It's a bit ambitious, as you'll see when I actually write in my current level of steps. I'm far below that. I'm like maybe 2/3, if that, so far for the month or for the year. So I need to really step it up. Once I finish writing these in for the month, we will be done, friends. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. So we'll see you next time. Bye.